everybody. This your girl China White, and you just entered the Lion's Den with your girl China White. Grab your drinks, let baby girl light your cigar. See you are in for one hell of a night with your girl China White. What's good, everybody? Make sure you guys join me on Patreon. I will be doing Patreon drops today, right? I'll be doing Patreon drops. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this live stream up. I might leave this live stream up. I may take it down. I don't know. I don't know. Just depending on how I feel. So, want to support the channel? Hit my cash app, China White. The number 4, life with an extra E. Fuck with your girl, right? So the live stream is about competing with other men. One of the things I see men do is compete with other men. Let me turn this down a little bit. So make sure you guys check out my live stream I did today on my other channel, The Mindset of a Black Woman. Some women just want good dick, right? But make sure y'all check it out. That is a gem, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna leave that shit up. But nah, what I see is a lot of men competing with other men. And how men compete with other men is by the woman that you're dealing with today, her ex, or the other men that are attracted to her. That has a lot to do with your confidence. You're not confident. When we think about it, women compete all the time. We do. Because we know that it's not a lot of good men or men like yourself. And that brings on, especially when a woman is dealing with her own insecurities as well. And I talk about that on Patreon, tapping into a woman's insecurity and understanding a woman's insecurity. The woman insecurity actually works for you. It benefits men. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Just like your insecurity benefit us. But if you don't understand what your insecurities actually is, you actually benefit the woman. You work for her. You work for her. When you're insecure, when you feel slighted, when you're not confident in yourself, your connection with a woman will never be where you want it to be, because you're constantly questioning yourself and your abilities with the woman. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm going to point it out to you. When you are worried about other men being around her, do she really likes you? A man should never question if a woman really likes him. That's dumb. That is very dumb. When you have to question if a woman truly likes you, then you have to understand attraction. Then you have to understand attraction. Then you have to set your standards and your boundaries. So when a woman hits those, um, when a woman meets you, when it comes to your boundaries, right, and the standards that you have, when she meets you there, when she raised her standards for you, and she begins to understand your boundaries, and a woman don't cross those boundaries because she respects you, then you'll understand if a woman likes you or not. Women that don't like you don't have standards or boundaries. They don't have respect for you either. And they don't want to understand your standards or your boundaries because they want to put you in the same box that they put the last dude or the other dudes that they're dealing with. So you actually plays into her hand when you don't have those things. You know what I'm saying? Probably said I'm on full. I can't repeat it because this shit off the dome. Shit straight off the dome. So this how men compete with other men. When it's easy when men like there are some certain male content creators that attack other males, you know, oh, because he feels like he can be the man for the job when it comes to women. When he feels like the women don't like you, they like men like me. So you must be a man like me to get women. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to fuck with your ego. He's telling you that he's more of a man than you are. That's exactly what he's saying. That's competing. He's competing because he brings bitches in the equation when bitches have nothing to do with being a man. But he equate himself to being a man down to a bitch. You do you understand what I'm saying? You gotta really read between the lines. That's how men compete. You know, they they bottle their whole self worth down to a bitch. That to them that means that they are a man. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You hear what I'm saying? What's good, everybody? That's one of the ways men compete. Cause the thing is, if we're talking about a woman, right? Let's talk about me, for example. What Keisha and Felicia doing does not matter to me. I don't focus on what they're doing. I'm not bottling down who I am as a woman down to a man. I'm not doing that. There are other things that play in the factors of being a woman, and it has nothing to do with a man. Because when you meet the man, when you can't bring nothing to that relationship, just pussy, you base who you are as a woman down to dick. See, you see what I'm talking about? That's what a lot of men do that compete. They base their dick and their manhood down to pussy. No, because you're not competing. You don't care about what Jacob, John, Josh, Edward, Christopher, um, Brian is doing with their dick. That doesn't mean anything to you. And how many bitches that they're getting. Do you understand what I mean? You don't base your value down to pussy. Because the women that he may be sleeping with may be trash, may be pass around, may be prostitutes. You know, they may be easy. They may be going through something. They may be toxic. So you cannot put your value as a man in sex. When you do that, when you base your value, everything, who you are as a man, your experience, your life, your money, your integrity, when you begin to bottle it down to pussy, then you become jealous. Then you become hateful. Then you begin to compete with other men. You begin to do that. And then you can't get that out of your system. Then you begin to worry about what other men are doing. Then you sound like a hater. Then you begin to believe that those men are lesser than you because they're not you. Do you get what I mean? When what they're doing shouldn't matter to you. It shouldn't matter. Because you do not, um, who you are as a man, you don't bottle it down to pussy. If you understand what I'm saying, right? I need you men to understand that it's going to enlighten you on a lot of things. It's going to open your eyes a little bit more of the way you move and who you hang around. See, because when you begin to understand that, you begin to see other males around you who are weaker than you. And that's how they view life. And they base their manhood on women. And you begin to see the beta in them because that's not where your manhood lies. Who you are as a man is not based on a bitch. It's not. It's not. You know? So that's where they're competing. And when you're competing with men for a woman. Let me see what this is. Yeah. When you are competing with other men, you may do it and you may not know it, is when you say, hold on, my house is bigger. I have nicer cars. You know, I have nicer clothes. You know, I make more money. You know, I should be, I should, no, I'm better than him because I own these things. And you look at his bitch and you begin to compete for bitches like that because you believe you should have that based on the things that you possess. So you begin to look at the outer, not the inner. You know, it's more so, we lean more so towards the carnal mind. You more so carnal. You know, you buy into that of the things you see physical, not the things you see spiritual. You know, if that man has a submissive woman or a honorable woman or a respectful woman or a woman that's loyal, that's him. That's that man. That's his bond with his woman. So when you looking at that, that has nothing to do with you. You begin to compete for her. And if you are in a relationship with a woman, and when it comes to other men, you shouldn't be fazed by no man. You shouldn't be fazed by a man, or any man your woman work with, what school she go to, because then you begin because you are caught up on her looks. You're caught up on her pussy. And you actually believe that if that man had a chance to get with her, he can grab or get your bitch. But if that man could get your bitch, that was never your bitch. She was never loyal. It was just a matter of time. And you knew it. So when you see other men around, it make you feel some type of way. How you feel, nigga? How you feel? Get out your feelings. Build yourself. When you do not have confidence, when you don't have any confidence in yourself, those things bother you when it comes to women. You're going to always have that problem because you're not confident in yourself. You believe you got with the bitch you got with based on luck because you don't really believe she actually likes you for you. That's why you take care of her, you pay her, that's why you wine and dine her, because without that she'll be gone to another man. So you measure your manhood based on the things that you have, which is carnal. Those are carnal. Those are things you can see with your eyes, not your spiritual self. What about your spiritual man? What about that man? But that man don't possess anything. You don't stand on that. You don't lean on that. You don't have integrity. Having integrity is certain things you're not willing to do for anybody. Building boundaries when it comes to women. When you build your boundaries, it's not allowing a woman to cross those lines with you. Anything that you will not accept from nobody, those are called boundaries. And you don't have any. So she crossed those boundaries. Because you lean on everything that's physical. You leaning on everything in a sense you can see. What about the things you can't see? The things you can't see, that's when we begin to talk about your energy. Right? That's when we begin to talk about your energy. Right? But you fear the woman leaving you. So if you fear anybody leaving you, you have it's called what they call it when not rejection. It's not rejection. You have a kind of like your mother left you, or abandonment issues. Those are abandonment issues. You know, when someone get up and walk away, someone don't want to be with you anymore. You have a problem with that. You want to know the many reasons why, and that's when we begin to lean into that part right there. You know, it's not saying no, fuck you. I don't want to be with you anymore, or it's not any of. It's not negative. It's not hate. It's not hate. It's just you understand that that person was there for a season. That person was there for a reason. And the reason that person was there was because of what? Only you know that. I don't know that. I cannot tell you about the people that's in your life. Only you can do that. Because you can't tell me about the people in my life. I can't tell you about the people in your life. You have those answers. You hold those keys. So only you know that. I don't know that. You know? That's on Patreon. Join Patreon. You know what I mean? You know, so that when I hear like certain things of when you want a woman to act right, you know you this you just distance yourself from her, but that's a video. That's a video, and that right there is other things that's a part of that. When you detach from a person, when you just straight up drop a person, when you straight up drop a person, that leads to other things. Understand, when you drop a person, you must drop a person. It's no games behind it. You know, dropping a person is not for them to get their act right. It's you maturing and growing as a man and understanding that person is not for you. It's not just straight up dropping a person. It's just you outgrown them. It's outgrowing a person or a situation. That's all out of respect though. Why do people look at self-growth as something, oh my God, that means I'm a just bad motherfucker? No, that's just part of life. You should have been taught that as a child. You should have been taught that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like your father teaching you about finances, your father teaching you about women, your father teaching you about discipline, your father teaching you about God, your father teaching you about growth. How your mother, your father, your grandmother taught you how to distance yourself away from toxic friends when you were younger. Distancing yourself from the streets, distancing yourself from drugs, distancing yourself from alcohol. Things that will bring you down, including a person. And 9 times out of 10, it's a woman. So it's all it is growth. It's not so much, I'm going to teach you a lesson. We're not talking about children. We're talking about grown adults here. Right? That's what we're talking about, right? So if I give you the keys to man the fuck up, it comes with growth. It's not teaching me a lesson by ignoring me and I'm going to get myself right. No, it's you should already have explained, and a woman should understand your boundaries from the get-go. But when you don't have boundaries, you got to play games like that. See? You got to play those type of games. You got to, because you don't have any boundaries. No one is teaching you about how do you have practice self-care. No one's teaching you that part. You're just skipping that part and going directly to distancing yourself from a person without truly understanding the boundaries that you have set in place that they cross. That's closing the door. You don't leave the door open. But when you leave the door open, you know that you want the bitch to walk back in through the door. But she's going to walk back through the door doing the same shit because you don't have boundaries. That's just facts. Because you're not actually, she's not aware of your boundaries because you didn't have none. You didn't have no boundaries. You get what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to you guys. Salute to y'all. Salute to all my supporters, right? Um, so back to competing with other men is, developing, you know, when you measure yourself up to another man. Oh, he has that, or he can do it, you know, I need to be like him. Every man has his demons. Everybody has demons. Everybody has a shadow side. I'm not going to ever measure who I am as a woman up to another bitch. See? See? You see that? You see that? That's why I don't compete with bitches. You get what I'm saying? I don't compete with women because I don't measure my womanhood based on what that woman is doing or what she's saying. Who you are and what you do is totally different from other people because you have your own demons. But their demons may be greater than yours, but they're good at hiding it. They're good at hiding their demons from the world, from people. You get what I'm saying? But when they behind closed doors, or it's kind of like, let's say like P. Diddy, he had his demons. He was good at hiding that, and looking at him on the outside, he looked like he was a boss. He was making money. He was dealing with beautiful women. He had nice cars. He made good business moves. But at the same time, that man had his own demons. So measuring your manhood up to a person like that, do you see how good you are as a man? That your demons may not be greater than his because he's dealing with hell of a demons, hell of a lot of demons on top of that. So you can't measure yourself up to no man. No man. No man. Can't do that. You don't do that. You know? A lot of things you went through may cripple you. It may cripple you. Especially when you don't learn from the mistakes you made. And you allow the same group of people or the same scenery, or you volunteer yourself to indulge in things you know that's not good for you, shape your reality today instead of it becoming a lesson that you learn. Do you hear me? That's what's crippling you. Those things are not lessons. And a lot of problems men have, it has nothing to do with women. Nothing. The problem men have with women is in their own lane. Your problems has nothing to do with a woman. Yes, you allow that certain type of woman in your life and she brought problems along. But if you think about it, you had problems before her. Because this is how I know that. Because you would have never slept with her, dealt with her, if you were your best. If you were your best, you would have never been with that type of woman. That's why I'm saying that the problems that you have was long before that woman. She would just came along and made the problems that you have even bigger. Even bigger. You know what I mean? Those problems became bigger by dealing with her. So you been had problems. That's way before the woman. Yes, it's easy to point blame on her, but if you're not gonna ever be able to actually be happy the way you want to be happy, what you actually desire, until you understand what those issues are. So when you get around women, you're able to see and break down the type of woman that's in front of you. And women are here to be enjoyed in whatever position. See, we can't go to positioning a woman and getting a woman and all that other shit if you don't even understand yourself. That's the thing. It's kind of like talking to a brick wall. Hello? 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 Echoes. I'm hearing echoes. You know what I mean? It's an empty room. It's a shell. It's a shell there. I'm speaking to myself. It's going to go in one ear and come out the other, or it's going to play on your ego, and whatever I'm saying is going to play on your ego, and it's going to fuck with you. You're going to you're going to feel like, why can't I learn this, or why can't I understand? Well, you actually understand. You understand, but you can back with what I'm saying because of the jaded information that you received. The shit is fucking jaded. The problem is not women. It's not. Because the thing is, everybody have problems, right? Everybody has problems. And if you're not able to 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 read a person, you know, to read a person, understand a person, if you're not able to do that, then you'll bring anybody into your life. You cannot identify who the snakes are. You can't identify who's the liars, who's the manipulators. You're not able to do that because you don't really understand yourself. You don't understand yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be hard. You know, when it comes to women, and we can talk about, getting pussy, getting bitches. We could talk about all that shit. We can talk about fucking hoes and getting hoes caught up on you, and having a wife and having a side chick, and we can talk about all that shit. Talk about all that shit, but all it's doing is bringing more problems to your life. That's all it's gonna do, because you don't have your shit in order. Your shit ain't in order. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is all over the place. Like, but like I tell niggas, you know what I mean? Do what you will with this information that you get. I don't have a fucking cage on your dick. You stick your dick in whatever you want to stick it in, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's up to you. You have free will. The Most High gave us free will. Do what's right for you in your life. You know what I mean? I ain't shaming you. The Most High gonna shame your ass. I ain't doing none of that. You know. I'm not God, and I'm not the type of bitch on here like on YouTube. These bitches, you're a king, and you're this and you're that. Nigga, I don't know you. Only you know that shit. You see how that's some real shit. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. I'm just giving you this game, you know, and it's up to you to do what you want to do with it, you know. So, what else I want to talk about? What else? What else? So I gotta hit him back up too. I had a Patreon We had a conversation, but I had to end it because I had an emergency. Brother, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you back up. But he said, China White, why, you know, everywhere I go, I get this label that I'm a player, and women will tell each other to watch out for me. It's kind of like, women will say, "Oh, don't fuck with him." It could be two things. This is why women do that. We do that a lot. We'll tell women to look out for you, but it's two things. If she's the ugly friend, or if you're not the guy that made a hit on her, she's going to say that you're that type of man because she wants you, and you may not have came at her. See, a woman would throw salt in the game and say, "Oh yeah, you community dick." Yeah, I mean that's community dick right now. No, girl, don't talk to him, girl. I seen him over there talking to Keisha. Don't talk to him. He gonna hurt you, girl. He gonna hurt you. We do that because you're not attracted to us. You may be attracted to all the other women around us, so we gonna throw salt in the game, and we're gonna help spread the rumor that you know what I mean. Your community dick, you know. And 9 times out of 10, we want you. That's number one. Number two is if she really, really likes you, as a woman you hit on, and she really, really like you, but she know that she cannot control you, or she know that she can't control you, or you're single, you're a bachelor. Yeah, we're gonna say, yeah, he a hoe. Yeah, you're a hoe. You know, girl, don't take him serious, girl. He a hoe. Cause I know you will never give me what I want because you're that guy. You're a good looking guy. You got your shit together. You know, you may be a sexy guy. You may be a guy a lot of women like. We know that. We see women throw themselves at you, especially if you're the guy that women throw themselves at. If a woman, like when women throw themselves at you, we look at you like, okay, he community dig. We get upset about that, because that don't fit her fantasy. It don't fit the women's fantasy. The fantasy that they have about men that they really like. See, the fantasy, you got to understand the fantasy. That I did a live stream on that, on the mindset, about understanding her fantasy, the woman's fantasy, right? So if you do not fit in a woman's fantasy, and 9 times out of 10, when a woman likes you, because she know how far she will go for you, so she'll tell herself that you're a hoe. And women will tell other women that you're a hoe. Because we look at it like, girl, don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to him because he's going to hurt you. He going to hurt you. Because the thing is, the fantasy that we be having, because women, you know what I mean, we be delusional as fuck. I can admit it. We be delusional. We be believing that, you just going to stop everything what you're doing and just chase us. And that's all you should be doing. But we want you to fit good into that scenario because that's a fantasy of ours. You get it? A fantasy. So we tell other women that. And then the thing is, we don't want you to prove us wrong. Proving us wrong is when you get with a chick and you respect her and you loving on her and she's loving on you. That makes women like that mad because we had a certain we put you in a certain type of box, you know what I mean, and for you to not fit into that box that we put you in, it's kind of like damn. But see, that same woman will fuck you if you were in a relationship. Women do not like to see men that are dedicated. It turns them on. It turns women on. Like Gucci Man with that girl, women still want to fuck him even though he has a wife because they know he's dedicated. So at the same time, she will spread rumors about you being a hoe, you know what I mean, giving you a dick or being like a player or whatever. But at the same time, they'll still fuck you because they see you treating a woman how they wish a man would treat them. So they'll give you pussy based on that shit. Notice how when you're in a relationship, a married man can attest to this. If you're married or in a relationship, the moment you get in a relationship, or if you were single and you're in a relationship now, when you were single, it might be with a drought. But as soon as you get in a relationship, you get all these hoes want to come at you. You know why? Because that thirstiness of when you were single is gone. You actually have a woman now that you're getting endo pussy from. So you can have it anytime you want it. So you're not carrying the thirst of hooking up with bitches. So if you go to the store, you're not eager to talk to bitches. You go into the store to get something and leave. Bitches see that shit. You're not, you at the gym, you just there to work out. Because you going back home to your wife. Or you going to your girlfriend. Women see that. Women pick on the energy of a man that's already in a relationship. We pick up on that shit. You know? Women pick up on a man that's in a relationship. And if a woman can get you to cheat on your woman or to leave your woman or to be with you for that one night, it's a high. It's a high. Because in her mind, she's saying, hold on, I know he ain't faithful. I'm going to get him. I'm going to prove that he's not faithful. That's why a lot of women will fuck you when you're in a relationship. That's why. Any man that's in a relationship, it's a certainty. And this is the energy that a lot of max pimps and players have. When they're with a woman or when they're not with a woman, they carry that same energy that they're faithful. But the player, the pimp, and the mag is faithful to himself instead of being faithful to a woman. So that energy that he carries, you may think that he's in a relationship. So it throws us for a loop because he's not thirsty. But what she failed to realize is that he's faithful to himself. He's faithful to himself. That's the energy, right? That's the energy. So that's why a lot of those type of men, they end up fucking a woman mind up because, see, we can read you like a book when you're thirsty. We can read you like a book when you want us. We can read you like a book when you're single. We can read you like a book when you ain't faithful to yourself. We can do that. That's very easy. But when a man is faithful to himself, a bitch is straight up. And this is to any man. Actually, have this ever happened to you? You must got a girlfriend, and you may be single as fuck. You got a girlfriend. Now you love somebody. She don't realize that you truly do love yourself. You put yourself first. So when you do that, that energy possess you. So you don't come off like all the other men that want her. You carry a certain type of energy. And that energy, it only benefits whatever benefits you. So she gets confused because she thinks that your loyalty is to another woman when a woman doesn't understand that the loyalty is only to you. See? See that? Do you get what the fuck I'm saying? And when a woman realizes that, she tries to come between yourself, you loving yourself. Because the thing is, the battle for a lot of women is to get between the relationship that you have with another woman, or get between you loving yourself, or get between your love for your child. It's always taking away that man's power and placing it on her, because to her, that's the ultimate sacrifice from you. That's the ultimate sacrifice, is when you can love her more than you love yourself. Do you get what the fuck I'm saying? So real shit. Yeah, I know. That's some deep shit, ain't it? I know. That's hard for a woman when a man love himself and she can't get between that shit. She can't get between that when she cannot get you to not love yourself. Getting a man to not love himself, let me describe it for you. Putting me first, chasing me, caring about my feelings, caring about my wants, caring about my needs, caring about my desires, starving yourself, you know, you know, getting 4 or 5 jobs to get me exactly what I want. That's the ultimate for a woman. It's putting yourself on the back burner for her. When you do that, oh shit, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. See, the thing is, you gotta put yourself and you gotta put yourself and it's kind of like how pimps say you gotta be in tune with your femininity side. You know, you gotta put yourself in that mindset of when you have 3 bitches chasing, putting herself on the back burner, stopping her goals, her dreams, her wants for yours. She's giving you all of that. If you never been there, you would never understand what the fuck I'm talking about. If you never been there, because to some men, they hear this shit and they think, oh man, that's just bullshit. Because I never had it. I only had bad experience with bitches. Bad experience. The reason why you had all those bad experience, think about this. Think about this. Because you wasn't loyal to yourself. You was loyal to the bitch. Think about that shit. Think about that. When you were loyal to that woman. When you gave her and sacrificed and cared about her wants and needs and desires. And it became one-sided. That's when those problems came, when it came to bitches. But when you were more so, when you were loyal to yourself, you didn't have those problems. Yeah, you ran across bitches that wanted to take that away from me, but you didn't allow that. She had to deal with her own problems. And that's when you get women be like, I need to heal myself, because you love yourself. When you love yourself, we gotta heal ourselves. But when you don't love yourself, you gotta heal. You nigga, you gotta heal, not me. You understand what I'm saying? Some real shit, right? When you love yourself, I gotta heal. When you don't love yourself, you gotta heal, right? Don't you gotta heal from your ex? Don't you got questions about your ex? Because you wasn't loyal to yourself. And she was able to get you to be loyal to her, to respect her, to give to her, to drop your boundaries for her, because you wasn't loyal to yourself. Just saying. That's facts. That's facts. And that's something a lot of men cannot come to grips with. That's, you know what I mean? And nobody, that's what I'm saying. I can put out hundreds of videos and do thousands of live streams, but if you don't understand that a lot of the problems that you're having start with you, you'll never understand this goddamn game. Period. You will never understand it. You'll never understand. And the game of life. Life, period. Life. Because anybody can come in your life and be a snake. Anybody can come in your life and be treacherous. Anybody can come in your life and lie. Anybody can come in your life and steal. Anybody can come in your life and shit in your goddamn toilet. You get what I'm saying? Anybody can do that shit. But if you don't understand that shit, then you're fucked. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? What can you do for me? What can you do for me? I don't. It's very rare. It's very, very, very rare See, you gotta ask yourself this question when you meet a woman. When you meet a woman and off rip, she's willing to sacrifice everything. This is how you keep the ball, and this is when you're responsible and you understand. You don't want her to sacrifice herself quite yet because you don't know her. This is when you're valuable. This is when you're valuable. When you don't need a bitch. You don't need anything from a bitch. You don't even need the bitch to sacrifice herself. Not just yet. Because she may not be the woman you want her to submit to you. Not just yet. But that's when you on a whole nother level. See, that's going to go over a lot of y'all heads because a lot of y'all not where y'all want to be at. And when a bitch say, I sacrifice myself. Like, let's talk about this part of the game. We always talking about how to get bitches to do this and that. Let's talk about how to get bitches off your goddamn nuts. See, the reason why the game is never about how to push women away when you're that nigga, because not a lot of men possess that type of energy. There's not a lot of men teaching men how to push women away that's addicted to you. You know what I mean? It ain't that type of game. It's always the type of game of how to get a bitch, or how to get a woman to fall in line, or the game about getting pussy, or the game about, not dealing with crazy bitches. You know, you very few men understand the game of how to distance yourself from women that's addicted to you. It's not a lot of information out there on that. Women literally just throwing money at you, throwing pussy at you, throwing their existence at you. It's not a lot of that game because a lot of them niggas don't exist. They just don't. See, that right there be the realest shit right there. When you hearing the type of game of how to push women away from you because they caught up on you. How to stop a woman from giving you that pussy or getting money from bitches, or bitches straight up want to submit to you. See, that's a whole different other level. And see, you will never hear that part of the game. Finding that type of information is very slim because it's not a lot of men out there that get that type of treatment from women. So when we talk about the group of men in this whole world, it's probably 10% get that type of treatment. So you will never find that type of videos or content or podcasts or teachers to teach men how to get women to to distance themselves away from you, because you're like a drug. You're like candy. When women are drawn to you, those problems right there, those problems. See, it's like the live stream I did. There, see, when you are a weak man, when you are a man that don't understand the problems that the man has, the masculine man, the man that understands himself, is different from the weaker male. His problem is different. I did that last year over 2 years ago, I think. Those are two different type of problems. But we're going to always give more information on how to get exactly what you want from a woman, because you don't possess what it takes to be the type of man to get the type of problem that men don't want to deal with all these bitches and they all chasing him. Because the truth of the matter is, you will never be that. And content creators are not going to tell you that shit. Teachers and coaches not going to tell you that shit. They're just going to take your fucking money. But you got your girl China White telling you right now today, everybody ain't going to be that type of man. Because you refuse. A lot of men just rather chase. A lot of men just rather pay. A lot of men just want to be the chaser because it's more so a stimulus for him. The stimulus for him to chase the bitch and then conquer the bitch. That's the stimulus for him. So that does it for him. That keep his dick hard because he know that he worked to get that. He worked, he chased for that. And 9 times out of 10, it's pussy. It's not a job. It's not a job. So when we talk about women are just throwing themselves at you, some men, that's too easy. Some men, that when a woman throws herself at him, he sees that woman as a hoe. She's easy. It wasn't hard to get her because they're used of getting women that they have to, it's like a fight. So all I do is tell women to fight with the man. Don't give it up so easy. Don't give yourself to him. Just make him think that he's conquering me. Even though I want to give him this pussy, I'm going to put on a facade that I'm that good girl. And for that man, it make his dick hard because he buys into the fantasy that he had to fight for that pussy and conquer that pussy. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Right? So, hey, yo, let me get the hell out of here, y'all. I gotta go, y'all. Hey, yo, I hope y'all enjoy this shit, right? Hey, look, you ain't gonna find this information around YouTube. And let me address something real quick, right? You know, it's a lot of these content creators be stealing my content, and the thing is, I don't even care anymore. I don't even give a fuck. I don't even give a fuck. You know, I don't even care no more. I be hearing my shit. I be hearing my shit everywhere, word for word, bar for bar, bar for bar, and they can go live and say a woman doesn't know this and a woman doesn't know that and a woman doesn't know that. You can tell that to your followers, but at the end of the day, I'm the source. And if I really wanted to be on this bitch every day, growing my channel, I would be on here. But I just got too much shit to do in my real life for me to really be on here. So I get on here and drop gems when I can. You know what I mean? Hey, I appreciate y'all too. I love y'all. Right? I'll be back on here, right? I love y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye. I love you guys. Until we meet again in this chat room. This your girl, China White. Bye, y'all. And make sure y'all hit that like button for y'all leave. Bye.